In this video, we're going to build on what we covered in the previous login validation video. So just a quick summary of what we did in the last video is we created this login process where we made a data master, we called it users, and we captured username, password, and we checked to see if what was entered here was actually in the data master that we created, and if it was successful, when we click this submit button, it was going to take us to this home screen, and if it was not successful, it was going to give us an error message. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have a sign up screen or an account creation screen. So when this button's clicked, it's going to take us to this new create account screen where we're going to enter all this data, and then we're going to add this data to the user's data master. So first let's go to the login screen and let's just link this so that when this is clicked, we're going to go to the create an account screen. So what we can do is we can just select the create account screen, drag it and drop it on top of the label here. So that's a little shortcut you can do instead of going into add event, on click, link to. It'll just save you a little bit of time. So I'm now going to go to the create account screen, and what I've already done is I've added more fields to the user's data master because I now want to capture first name, last name, and email in addition to username and password. So the way I did that is just double clicked on users and I hit this plus button and just added in the 3 new fields. Let me just delete that now. And for the records, we still have the Nick1234, but we're going to delete that now. I don't want anything in this data master, it's just going to be blank. And hit OK. So we have this set up, so we're going to now add an event to the submit button that's going to take everything entered in each of these and inject it into the user's data master so that we can use it then to log in on the login screen. So I'm going to add an event to the submit button, and it's going to say when the submit button is clicked, I'm going to do a data master action. So I select that, and the data master action is going to be a new record that we're adding to the user's data master. The modify would be if we were modifying an existing record such as that Nick1234, but we don't want to do that, so cancel out that. So I hit new, and it makes it really easy for you here in the expression builder. It already recognizes the fields that are in that data master, and all we have to do is then drag and drop the input boxes into their respective fields. So username, I would take this input box associated with username, drop it into the username equals, same thing with password and first name, last name, and email, and hit OK. OK again, and we need to add one more event that's going to link it back to the login screen. So let's add another event, link to login. OK. So let's go back to the beginning and simulate it, see if it works. So I don't have an account, so I'm going to sign up, and I'm going to say Nick Horn It's going to be demo@temple.edu, and for my username, I'm going to use, we'll use my temple, and password's going to be 1234. So I'm going to submit that information, and it's going to take me back to the login screen. I'm now going to use that information to try to log in, because I've now created an account, so it should let me. So I do 1234 and I hit submit. So as you can see, it worked. It let me log in. Had I not entered the right information, so say I just entered demo1234, it would not have let me log in. So now I'm going to go back into the prototype, and we're going to do one more thing in this tutorial. We're going to cover variables. So on the home screen, I have this welcome, and it's blank right now. So what I want to do is I want it to say welcome, welcome Nick, or whatever I had entered as my first name when I created an account. So to do that, we need to go back to create an account, and we need to create a variable. And the variable is going to be called first name. So we just hit that plus button in the variable, and we call it first name with a default value at blank, and we hit OK. So to add data to that variable, what we can do is we can take this input box and we can just drag it and drop it right on top of the name of the variable. And you can see that automatically created this event on an on-page unload event, and it says set value on. And if you want to see the details, you can just double click on the set value on. So we can see more details. On page unload, we're going to set value on first name, and the value is whatever was in input 3 at the time. And you can go in here, you can edit it and make it whatever you want. You can make it calculated as, 1 plus 1, whatever. So I hit OK. And I'm going to go back to the home screen, and here's where we're gonna then return it. So I'm going to add another label, and I'm just going to delete that. So the label is going to be blank by default, but we want the label to then become whatever is stored in that first name variable. So in the previous one, what we had done is we took the input, let's go back, and drag and drop it on top of the variable name. We now want to do the opposite, so we're going to take the variable name, drag and drop it on top of the input. And you can see again it created a event automatically, and this one's an on-page load, the other one was on-page unload. So when the page loads, it's going to set value on this input, and the value is going to be whatever is stored in the first name variable. So as you can see, you can use variables between screens. So let's go to the login screen, simulate it, and again we'll see if it works. So I'm going to create an account, and I'm just going to enter this information. Okay, so I entered Nick as my first name. So this is what should show up on the home screen as welcome Nick. So I'm going to hit submit. I'm going to log in with that information. Hit submit, and there we go. Welcome Nick. So one final point I want to make is that the information we add to the data master is only stored for the duration of the simulation. So the minute I exit out of this, that information that was entered here is no longer in the data master. Same with the variable. So the variable is blank until we simulate again and re-enter something as the first name. And you can check that if you go into this data masters here. You look at the records, you see there's nothing in here. There's not that Nick Horn in here. It's only for the duration of the simulation.